Two conventions I go to every year take place at Le Palais des Congrès de Montréal. And I always feel blessed for such a beautiful venue because multicolored tinted windows aside, it's in proximity to amazing photoshoot locations. The old port direction has beautiful cobblestone roads and buildings, dingy city alleyways, modern architecture and tunnels, you name it. We started our journey this year on Thursday during setup hours. So we headed up to the exhibitor's entrance so I could pick up the table badges and my staff badge. I set up my third of the table I would be sharing with my fellow Cosplay Eh judges, Dyson and La Corsetière. So the Palais des Congrès is located next to, inside even, Chinatown. So you can imagine during convention hours, that gets pretty crowded. But we're here on a Thursday. So we took advantage of that fact and made our way to the Happy Lamb Hot Pot for some delicious throwing of various things into delicious broth. And bubble tea on the way out. Ah, is it? No.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, it's better than that. Papa. On the way out of the parking garage and on our way back home, we spotted some huge fireworks. And as we got closer to the source, I realized we had to turn around. 2 days out of the week, and one of those days happens to be a Thursday during a certain period in the summer, they close the entire Jacques Cartier Bridge so that people can gather onto it, chill, sit down on the whole bridge, and watch the fireworks competition. It's very people-y. But if you don't remember the days, you'll get stuck in traffic with everybody else who forgot the days.
You can see it through my phone.
So, off to a different bridge. But we made it home to the lovely lad who was very happy to see us, charged the square, and got Morrigan ready for the next day. It's no secret that I don't believe in partaking in the con crunch. So what I do instead is I prioritize pieces of the cosplay leading up to a convention that will make the character wearable and recognizable. So my priority list was to finish up the belt, the majority of the left arm, they're still missing a bracer, the necklace, and the wig. And I'd actually done the exact same thing with my Junkrat cosplay. But yeah, 2 moves later, Junkrat's gonna remain unfinished. Well, it's the first official day of the con and a bit of a moment of truth for me with the Morrigan cosplay. For those of you who watched my JC video, I talked a little bit about feeling mentally uncomfortable in a cosplay for inexplicable reasons. So far, so good for the ride in the car though. But I don't know, Morrigan just didn't seem like me, you know? So the worry was there for sure. So, how did I feel in the cosplay? Good! I felt good in the cosplay. And it was off to the table for a while before my first panel. And looky who we have here.
All right, I'm here with cyberfox 007. He's the one who did my Junkrat shoot and my Beetlejuice shoots.
Hello, Foxy followers. My name is cyberfox 007. I am a Montreal-based cosplay photographer. Been in the cosplay community since 2003. Been doing cosplay photography since 2013. I've been from one end of the geek galaxy to the other and shot a whole bunch of stuff and then some.
Are there any tips you want to share with cosplay photographers who like to do haul shots or organize shoots for conventions?
Don't be afraid to send a message. Put the word out there that you're new to photography. Even just shooting with your phone's a good place to start before you start saving up for that camera or for that lens. But the important thing to do with this is passion. Just like in cosplay, it's nothing without passion. Once you have the willingness to bring yourself out there, that's 99.9% of the success right there. It all comes down to a camera preference. I'll give you an example. This camera is like not even 11, 12 years old, and I still use it as my main camera. Why? Because it works and it's something that fits my style. The important thing is to knowing how to work with what you got. Technically, I'm like literally like shooting it like with a handicap, but I shoot this way because it's the way I know that's best. And what's best for everyone is different. Some people could be a cell phone. Some people could be a mirrorless camera. Some could be like an $80 Barbie camera they got for $5 at the junk shop.
I'm gonna start doing cosplay photography with one of those like zippy rewind cameras that you have to go get developed at like Walmart.
If you hold yourself back a little bit, the more creative you get, you know, and it makes you think of things that you would never think before.
I like that. I like that.
To anyone who was wanting to get into cosplay photography, if there's one word that I could say to do, is to fail. Because without failure, you can't succeed. Without failure, you can't have the lessons learned. If you learn something from that process and the next one you make is even better, then you've succeeded.
Amen to that. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
And we are off to the panel. I didn't hear it, but Ken said someone exclaimed, "Look, he's her purse!" And listen, if I try to carry anything, he will take it. He's a gentleman, okay? And I was really looking forward to seeing the Hall Vijay on Saturday. This atrium holds treasured memories of my introduction to cosplay and the years that followed. But up we go to 518A. This is my Surviving Masquerade judging panel. We basically go over a general overview of how it's run, what to expect, and of course to answer the most common question I get, what are judges looking for? Now I do plan on making an informative Masquerade video in the future, so for now, here's my answer to some questions that were asked during the questions period of the panel. Can I get judges' feedback?
It used to be so much better back in the day because you could go get it in person right after the award ceremony. And it was my favorite part of doing the masquerade. It was like, I don't care what I win, I just want to hear how to improve next time. And it was just so exciting. I would go to the judges, they would tell you all of that. Now they just kind of assume, I think that the judges just want to leave and hide and run away. So they just say like, oh, come by here, put down your social media, your email, and then we'll send it to the judges and they'll email you the feedback.
I found out why they stopped doing the live judges' feedback after the award ceremony. And it's actually not because people wanted to escape. Well, maybe, but that wasn't the main reason. It's more so because some contestants in the past were a little bit too emotional about having lost, and they couldn't handle getting their feedback with a little bit of grace and humility. Listen, guys, you don't lose the masquerade. Don't look at it that way. The masquerade is so much more than a competition. Look at it as an experience. Doing the masquerade actually helped me get through a pretty big chunk of the portion of the stage fright I used to have when I was about to go on stage to sing or what have you. I'm still nervous. I still like being in my bubble before I go out on stage, but it feels like night and day. And listen, just because you didn't get a prize, or maybe you just got an honorable mention or something like that, it doesn't mean you're not doing a good job. Use that experience to improve for the next time. See it as a challenge for yourself. Do I have to shave my beard?
I would say no. I'm sure there's some people out there who would have a problem with it, but someone's beard is someone's beard. It's never bothered me to see somebody coming in and their reference image, the character doesn't have a beard and they have a beard. You don't want to shave your beard just for like the one day that you're here for the contest.
Like I said in my answer here, for masquerade, it doesn't really bother me. I don't care if someone has a beard. But of course, I can't speak for everyone. And I still think the answer might be different from person to person. Let me go message a few people. Message received. The results are in. So I got a couple differing answers. The main answer being people wouldn't expect someone to shave their beard off for a cosplay. Other answers ranged from, for the masquerade, it doesn't matter, but for a championship, it might matter. But one interesting answer that I got, it wouldn't be expected, but there might be some kind of subconscious immersion break, especially if you know what the character is supposed to look like and suddenly you're seeing the character with the beard and you're like, oh, you're a little distracted by it. Maybe subconsciously, you might not notice as many of the details that you're judging. And I'm talking like a very small subconscious shift. But generally speaking, it doesn't seem to be a problem. And back downstairs we go. When I got back to the table, some of the artists nearby came by and gave me this little Morrigan print. Unfortunately, I never got a chance to go by your table, so if you see this, please tell me your @ so that I can tag you in the description. Did you see that?
We found him. The ninja himself.
Hi, I'm ShotByGL. I'm cosplay photographer. I'm a retired wedding photographer. I ditched that this year. I'm known as the ninja because the fact that I would ask a cosplayer to make a short pose and then fully edit nice pictures, and I've received a lot of compliment behind it. If you can picture like one of those ninja that just appears and disappears, that's sort of like my gimmick, and it's always been like the running gag. At this particular Comic Con, I do photo shoots, but I also started to introduce a 5-minute free sessions. If you can find me at Hall VJ and stuff like that, and you want a professionally edited photos, come see me, come find me, or try to find me, and I'll take 1 or 2 poses and I'll edit them, send it your way and stuff.
I can confirm his stealth. Sometimes I think I found him first, and then he just turns his camera and shows me that he took a picture of me, and I had no idea he was there.
The thing today. Today, I didn't take the picture. You saw me from far, but yeah, we both mutually found eye to eye.
That's what he's saying, but I definitely got him first. So earlier you were saying that if you really like your cosplay, book with a photographer.
If you have a good photographer, they might do a bit of research, or they know how to pose due to experience, and which will help your overall cosplay. And what we try to do is bring out the most out of your work on the cosplay that you've done.
There's the cosplay community, and then there's also the cosplay photographer community. A lot of you guys know each other and organize shoots like you do in your studio sessions.
Yeah, and I start doing that just so that it enables meetups with other photographers that mesh well, that works together, and that knows how to work, or that wants to know how to work together. I used to be a wedding photographer, so I played both sides, so primary and secondary. The secondary photographer is basically the BTS, take group shots, doesn't concentrate more on the couples, I would say. That's the primary focus. What I try to do with my experience in the wedding world is to collaborate with different photographers, doing it with different angles, optimize the time, which is something that I like to do. So basically my ninja trick. So you have the primary in the front that direct stuff. I can take another angle, another perspective, and I also try to create content for the photographers. I, as a photographer, lack a lot of BTS content. I try to take some by myself, but I know that their work on what's happening behind the scenes are not portrayed enough. I try to give them content or help other photographers within the same space that want to learn different venue, different spots. I find that a lot of photographers pick up the same spot. I try to be different and try to go to other places, be able to optimize the time of the cosplayer and myself.
Then I can think of a few culprits of frequently visited photo shoot areas. Of course, there's the World Trade Center across the street from the convention center. This spot near the Basilica and the Old Port. Oh, and this spot I like to call the Sci-Fi Tunnel. And I have partaken in the where the hell is even that locations. Some harder to find than others.
So it's good to share with one another and learn from each other all the time.
Cannot stop learning. New tech comes out now with Adobe Photoshop. There's like AI involved, so you can be able to do stuff that I used to take like half an hour to scrub a peasant off my photo because they just interrupted me. But it's fine.
Scrub a peasant
out.
Is AI something that's threatening photography, or are you not worried about it?
I'm not worried about it. So there's 2 new tech in AI for photographers, which is, I just mentioned, some editing. Yes, newer photographers doesn't create the skill gap. But in tech industry, which they're really concerned about, you have to dive right into what can it help me do? For me, it reduces my workflow. When I used to do wedding, scanning through 5,000 pictures, I can reduce it to like, hey, do you approve my selection of 500 pictures? I'm like, great.
That's really cool. What AI does that?
It's called Aftershoot. Yeah, it's a paid subscription, and what you do is you dump all the photos and pick my best one, please. One thing that people don't get is like AI, you train it. So you have to train what is your style of selection. You still need to go out there to create the photos.
Yeah, for sure.
So you're still gonna get booked from that. It's just that now you have more free time to do that. AI can take care of that and stuff. So AI does not affect me in that particular way because I found a way to help for it to help me.
Now, would you come out of retirement?
For weddings? Only for friends.
Are we friends?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And I can.
Say hi.
Hello.
So, I guess I have some news. I am engaged. Can't ask me a few weeks before Comic-Con. And he used a ring pop. Now I know what you might be thinking. Like in Deadpool? No. I came up with that shit before I even saw Deadpool. They stole it from me. Anyways, he knows I'm picky, so we picked the ring together. It's copper. It turns my finger green, but I don't care. And the stone is labradorite. Okay. I suck at personal, sentimental updates, so excuse me for the whiplash, but back up we go for my last panel of the day. Props and armor, intro, and techniques. Here's some out-of-context clips for you.
When I was first starting, we had Kamui sitting on her living room floor. Protect your eyes. Listen, guys, I know 2 individuals who are missing an eye. Let's stop the glue gun shaming in the cosplay community, guys. She mixed cinnamon with paint and her cosplay smelled really nice.
This was a packed day, and needless to say, we were pretty hungry and had some time left before the nerdy karaoke panel. But it wouldn't be teriyaki buns for us on this day, the Friday of Comic-Con. On this day, a day now marked by sadness.
It's late, and I have to be to work in 3 hours. But
Gross.
We're gonna go sing a song. She's gonna go sing a song, and I'm gonna scream like a soccer mom at a kid scoring a goal at a soccer game.
Ken forgot to grab my phone to record it. But shout out to this lad right here who really turned this bad boy up. But since Ken forgot, now you can have this at-home version where far more liberties are possible. What a thrill, with darkness and silence through the night. What a thrill, searching and I'll melt into you. I'm still in a dream, snake eater. We're home.
Oh, where's the boy?
Upon my arrival back home, a package. This is the collab Makeshift did with my friend Devicat. They made one of her designs into a plushie and it finally arrived. And this is her cozy design of her original character Candy Cat, and I'm stoked to have one of my own. Saturday, the big day. Luckily, with staff and exhibitor passes, I was able to walk the artist alley and merch hall before the doors fully opened to non-VIPs. And this way, I got to admire all the cool artwork, statues, the Halo area, notice funny things, and the usual stuff. But I was on a mission. I was on a mission to find this guy. He does these amazing movie poster oil paintings, and I got his Aliens one last year. This year, I picked up Conan and Highlander. But once it became a little too peoply, it was time to head to my panel for the day. And my shot of the Saturday atrium looking the same as Friday. So there's this thing we refer to as the golden age of cosplay. And it's circa, I don't know, I'm just gonna throw some dates out there, like 2013 to 2018, give or take. There's still a lot of cosplayers, but not like before. I feel like there's a lot less cosplayers, and there's also a lot less people taking pictures of cosplayers. But that I can understand, you know, the novelty kind of wears off, and after a while people don't want giant folders of Comic-Con from 2010 to 2025 taking up huge, massive amounts of hard drive space. But it's interesting though, because back when I first started, of course I was much younger back then, keep that in mind, I used to feel validated by people taking pictures of my cosplay. And like, if not that many people took a picture of it, well then it made me feel like my cosplay sucked. Needless to say, that is no longer the case, okay? But I'm actually not sure what validates me now. Like maybe at this point it's become a comfort zone and I don't really need that extra sense of belonging. And I'm the biggest judge of my own work anyways. But part of me does kind of miss certain aspects of those days. But my bad, let's circle back here. What do you guys think happened to the golden age of cosplay? And will it return? Will we have golden age of cosplay 2? Either way, I'm gonna keep doing this till the end of time, regardless. Well, my audio didn't record for my finishing and weathering fabrics panel, but that's okay. After the panel, it was a quick trip to the green room to get started on craftsmanship judging for the championship. Cosplay A is a brand new championship here in Canada, with selections taking place at various Canadian conventions, with the finals to be held at Montreal Comiccon 2026 for this edition. And I've been doing some thinking, and I think it's time for me to step out of that comfort zone, the aforementioned comfort zone. And I'm sure the Cosplay A Championship is going to have a lot of changes from this 2025 edition to the 2026 edition. And there's likely going to be a lot more participants, which is kind of scary. But I want to enter it with my mom in our Dragon Age cosplays. I think I really have to push myself to do it. For now, though, take a look at this year's Montreal Comic-Con selections. There were 4 entries, and it was time to head backstage to get ready for the stage portion of judging. The masquerade would be taking place at the same time too, so no one had to pick between shows. Masquerade judges, Little Owl, Salty Sketches, and Charlie Cosplay. Cosplay A judges, Dyson, StaticTides, which is me, that's just me. And La Corsetière. We were of course joined by our lovely MCs, Shoulder Cat Cosplay, and Shitty Merchant. I swear that's his username. Anyways, on to the Cosplay A contestants. And back to the green room for final deliberations. The results to be revealed later. For now, in the name of frick and heck, you could imagine I was pretty hungry, but the hour is late in Chinatown, so what's open at this time? But hey, we were stopped by some guys promoting a new food place. The gods truly do smile upon us this day. Anyways, holy crap, this thing was huge. I'm gonna go back at Otakuthon. Spread the good word. Show the homie. Achy wakey. Get it? I'm sore as hell. No Morrigan today, but JC. To the con we go, but not before some more Halo elevator. I will continue to do this, so help me God! Damn, this cosplay looks cool though. I really, really wish I didn't feel like garbage in it. I'm gonna turn that frown upside down though, because today is the awards. And it was finally time to head up and announce the winner of the Cosplay Eh Montreal Comiccon selections.
I believe the term is beware, we are on.
Donc, en tout premier lieu, je vais annoncer le runner-up, la deuxième place qui se mérite une carte cadeau de 500 en argent et 250 de chez Club Tissu. Et ça va à l'entrée Lunar Marie, Sister of Battle. Et maintenant, l'équipe gagnante, la première place, qui se mérite sa place dans la finale en juillet 2026, qui part avec 1 000 en argent, 500 de sorte cadeau de chez Club Tissu, va à l'entrée Usakuma, an apple sweet treat.
A huge congrats to everyone who participated. I thoroughly enjoyed seeing your work and your performances. There really was something very special about each of you, and it was a pleasure to have been part of the process. And of course, congratulations to Team Usakuma and runner-up Lunar Mare. I cannot wait to see the finals next year. And for anyone wondering, the beautiful masquerade and Cosplay A photos were taken by Steven over at SPS Cosplay Photography. And that's it for Sunday. After tearing down the booth, we were off to the car using my secret elevator no one knows about in the rush.
It's like on the wide zoom, so you look like you have like big Pixar proportions.
So, Montreal Comiccon may not have been my first ever convention, but it's definitely the convention that feels most like home to me, and I am very much looking forward to the years to come. Thank you for continuing to put on a great convention with a great staff and a great volunteer team, from fireworks to final awards. Thank you so much for watching, and of course, please tell me what you like and dislike about this whole new vlog thing I'm trying out. And we're gonna keep it short and sweet. Until next time, my friends, Godspeed.